Hi, everyone, and welcome. I invite you to take this opportunity to have a look inside yourself at your current experience. Become curious about how you feel coming into the session and into the space. What is your physical, mental, and emotional experience right now? Where is your attention and what are you aware of? Pay attention to what you see, think, sense, and feel. Listen to the sounds around you, including the sound of my voice and the sounds in the room. You may be aware of the sound of your breathing if you listen closely. You may also be aware of your hands, feet, and whole body. You may even be aware of the sensation of your heartbeat. Become curious about what you are aware of. Notice what thoughts or images draw your attention. You could be noticing the image of me on the screen, or there could be some other shape or object in your environment right now. Now bring your attention back inside yourself and become curious about what is arising in this space. What thoughts, emotions, perceptions, and sensations are you aware of? And what is aware? Without thinking about it, just be curious about who or what is aware in this moment. What intuitions or images arise in your imagination as you become more aware and present. Notice where your attention is now. And now. What else are you aware of? Are you aware of the space you are in? The space around you, above you, behind you? Become aware of your position in relation to the others in the room and in relation to the wider space, the building, the area, the city, the country, the continent you are in. Widen your perspective now and become aware of your position in the wider universe. Become aware of where you have come from and all that has happened to arrive at where you are now. Become aware of the future and all that lies before you. And just take a moment to appreciate this short pause we call life that unfolds between two great mysteries, being born and dying. Connect with the wonder and awe of simply being alive. Be aware of the precious gifts you carry inside you. None like you or ever will be again in all of time. It is a great responsibility. Now pay attention again to what lies inside you and rest your awareness in the present. Slow down and take a deep breath. Einstein said that a human being is a part of the whole called by us universe, a part limited in time and space. We experience ourselves, thoughts, and feelings as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to affection for a few persons nearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty. What if there's more to life and our experience than we think or see through our limited lenses of perception? Who are you really, and why are you here? What if we saw things as they truly are, rather than as we think they are? How would our lives be different? How would the world be different? The tools of awareness and attention enable you to effectively navigate yourself and evolve beyond the prisons of your own making, beyond conditioning, trauma, learned and inherited patterns, into a more coherent and integrated whole, collaborating with all of life. There is a vast terrain inside of us, called by us the kingdom within, which when we engage with it, connects us to the whole, to a quantum field of possibilities constantly unfolding in the present on a natural gradient towards flourishing and thriving. It is an evolutionary impulse, and we are being called to evolve. You may be wondering, so what? Why is this important? Well, we live in increasingly complex, chaotic, and uncertain times. Climate change, overpopulation, political instability, and diminishing resources, among others, are all threats to life as we know it. We've lost our connection to the whole, to nature, to natural cycles, and to interdependent relationships as a result of the value we placed on production and consumption as the agricultural revolution gave way to the industrial revolution. This created marvels of human ingenuity and creativity, but at the same time created huge divides in income and assets in service of survival needs and profit value. What if we admitted that some of what we have created as a collective is dysfunctional? Poverty, inequity, social dislocation, oppression, violence, and discrimination are symptoms of this dysfunction. We are driven to go faster, have more, and do more rather than connect with ourselves, each other, and nature. We possibly live in the most addicted and medicated culture in our human history. Many of us are numbing, avoiding, and distracting ourselves. We value material objects more than we value connection and nature. There are many problems that our current thinking cannot solve because it is our current thinking that created them. We need new ways of thinking, and herein lies the opportunity for change. Attention and awareness are qualities of being that enable us to access new ways of thinking, to respond to our current challenges and effectively navigate the unknown and transition to the new. The unknown is a source of huge potential, creativity, innovation, and transformation. It is the next frontier of our evolution, and it needs us. So now you may be wondering, well, how a journey of connecting with yourself could be of value to you and the world. You may be thinking, I don't have time for this. Life is already too demanding and overwhelming and stressful. I have way too much to do. The good news is that you don't need time. You need awareness. You need to be able to step back and give yourself space to reflect, pay attention, and become aware. It is a shift in being rather than something you need to do. So where do you start? Start by slowing down and taking a deep breath. Become curious about who you are and why you are here. Watch and listen and pay attention. Question what you know. Don't believe what you've learned. Become curious about what you don't know. Embrace rather than reject others. Decide on what you value. If we valued connection with nature, the earth, and all its inhabitants, the natural cycles included, we'd be living in a different world. What kind of world do you want to live in? It's really up to you, because the world is a reflection of our collective choices and actions. We each decide. You decide. So take a step you can call your own. Start with the first step. Stop doing things that are not adding value to you or to the world. Stop buying things that give you temporary pleasure, but have no real value in the long term. We have gone so far on this path of satisfying short-term needs that we are destroying the earth. Ask yourself who you are beside your roles and patterns. How has growing up with the particular mother and father that you had, for example, and the particular culture that you've been exposed to, defined you? What kind of mother and father do you need to be to yourself to heal the generational trauma you carry in your body? Who would you be without your story, your attachments, your fears, beliefs, and patterns? Ask yourself what life wants from you rather than what you want from life. Listen, pay attention. Follow the signposts that life presents you with. There are no instructions, formulas, techniques, or one right path for living. There is only the path you make by taking the next step and then the next, as you widen your circle of attention and awareness to include all of life. This kind of inner dialogue is a social service because it influences everything we see and do in the world and our impact in the world. You know, the greatest regret of the dying is that they didn't live true to themselves. They lived consumed by patterns, fear, defenses, conditioning, and by agendas that they were not conscious of. They lived in prisons of their own making. The invitation of knowing ourselves is an invitation of consciousness. If we want to change the world, we need to change the thinking that created it, and it starts with us. And why does it matter? Well, it's all going to come to an end someday anyway. You will lose everything you collected, whether treasured or forgotten, including your money, power, fame, success. Your looks will go, your loved ones will die, your body will eventually fall apart. Everything that once seemed so important will fade away. It won't matter what you owned or were owed, where you came from, what color your skin was, or what you believed in the end. It won't even matter whether you were beautiful or brilliant. So what will matter? How will you measure the value of your days? Will it be measured by what you bought or what you built? By how you reacted or what you created? By how you worried about the future or how you trusted life to show you the way? How you were stuck on repeat or how you were evolving? From awareness and attention to what matters follows actions aligned with what matters. So do what matters. Widen your circle of awareness and compassion. Pay attention to life's calling to you. Choose to live a life connected to the whole, collaborating with all of life. Evolution of the whole depends on the evolution of the self. The best thing we can do for the world is to grow and evolve ourselves. It starts with awareness and the actions that follow. That is our gift to the world. Thank you.